Welcome back. I'm Jeff Byers, and this is ANI 150 and Module 3, and we're ready to turn in our files. So let's go ahead and get to it. So just like Module 1, where we did the food can, we're going to turn in a bunch of screenshots. We're going to turn in some renders, and we're going to turn in those 3 file formats that we need to have. So let's go ahead and get that started. I'm not going to ask you for these things, okay? So if I don't cover something, please feel free to go back, and if you have a question, look at the other modules, especially Module 1. It basically aligns with this one as far as what I need to have. So if you have a question on how do you save an FBX, I'm going to do it one more time, but there may be in the future I may not cover how to go in and go file save as. You should know that by at that point in higher modules, okay? Because we've done it so much. So what we're going to do is we're going to just highlight the whole entire thing because it's made out of 4 pieces, right? Make sure nothing else is in this scene. Make sure there's not another dagger in the scene, like if you have a double dagger in here. So just kind of click on it and double check it and hit the Control Z, get it back again, just to make sure that you don't have duplicates. Okay, so then I'm going to go in here and go to File, and I'm going to go to Export Selection. Okay, FBX or Export. We're going to start with MB, so let's move up to the top. Remember, we can slide by using your mouse wheel up and down. Let's click on Maya Binary and click Export Selection. With this, we're going to go ahead and put our full name, first name, last name, and we're going to do basically ANI _ 150, and then you're going to tell me which module this is, module 03. Now it's really important you do all this, and I expect you to write this out. Again, points will be taken off if you can't follow directions, so please, with the folders, the folder structure, and naming everything, and naming conventions are really important to me, and this is going to be the dagger. Okay, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight that, Control C, so we can use that again, and then click Export Selection. Again, if I'm going too fast, please pause the video before I hit Export Selection, and you can write it all out. And then click on Continue. Okay, there's the first one. I'm going to leave that highlighted, go to File, and I'm going to go to Export Selection, go into the option box, and in here I'm going to go and find the next one, and the next one is OBJ. This one's an easy one, OBJ. Fantastic. So I'm going to, and I'm also, this is my preference, is I'm saving everything to the desktop, as you can see. So I clicked on Desktop, and you may not have seen that before, but that's where I'm saving it. If not, you need to know where you're saving your images. I can't tell you where you're saving them. I have no idea. So you'll have to keep track of all that. So I'm going to do Control V, and I can name it the same exact thing, but it's a different file, so it's okay. And this is OBJ Export, it says right here. I can click Export Selection, give it a chance to go through, depending on how fast your computer is. This is a pretty low poly, it should go pretty quickly. And then go to File, Export Selection for the next one. And let's just go down one more. It's right below it, FBX Export, and then Export Selection. And in here you see that we have to make some changes to geometries, smoothing groups and smooth mesh, and everything else looks good. Again, we got to rename this, so let's go ahead and Control V, and there's our naming convention, and let's go into Export Selection. And then it's going to give us a warning, but just ignore that, just telling us it doesn't like that AI standard surface material for Arnold, and we'll just click off of that. Ignore it, basically. Okay, so we got that done. So I've got this in a layer, okay, my low poly, and then I'm going to turn on my axe. We're going to do the same thing with the axe, okay. So I'm going to select my axe, and I'm going to go in here to the same exact thing. I'm going to Export Selection, okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing as we did before, and Export Selection, and this time I'm just going to go in here, Control V, and just change the dagger into axe. Okay, makes sense. Going to highlight that, Control C to copy that, go ahead and Export Selection, and then we're going to go continue on, File, Export Selection, And again, you guys can pause the video if I'm going too fast, and go into OBJ. And I'm going to click Export Selection, and we're going to go in here and do Control V. Okay, there's the X and Export Selection. Okay, and then we got one more, File, Export Selection, and then we're going to go to OBJ, no, FBX, there it is, FBX, and that one is kind of the same. We have it all set up, ready to go, and I'm just going to go Control V, and it's just as easy as that. Export Selection. Now if you don't see those plugins, again, you have to go into Windows, Settings, Preferences, and Plugin Manager, and go ahead and auto load everything, and they should show up, and just make sure you refresh. Okay, so I'll take you through that really quick. Just just open that up, auto load, auto load, auto load. You can see a lot of stuff's not auto loaded, so auto load everything and then refresh. If you don't see them, if you don't need to do that. Arnold's the same way. You're gonna have to load Arnold up. It doesn't just come in automatically, so you have to load that up. So that is the file formats. Okay. Now, basically, what they're asking for now is to get your folders correct. Okay. So I've got my file formats. I copy and paste my file formats. You're going to have 4 of them. Okay. You're going to have your Maya, your FBX, your Maya file, your OBJ, and your MTL. Those 4 need to be copied and pasted and put into your scenes folder. Okay. So I already did that. So there's 4 of them. Okay, so what's the folder structure? Let's talk about that real quick. Basically, mine is going to be, like we talked about, and follow the instructions. The instructions say first underscore last underscore Annie 150 underscore mod underscore 03. Okay, all right. Now, just kind of heads up, if you don't put your first and last name on the folder, at the very least on the folder, okay, you'll start getting points taken off. I had somebody that gave me a folder, it said Module 3 on it. Well, I don't know whose that is, and I don't think they put their name on any of the files either, so it makes it impossible for me to know whose that is. Okay. So double click on it, and then you're going to make subfolders, and those subfolders are going to be called scenes, screenshots, and renders. Okay, so you can see I've got renders, scenes, and screenshots. So in the scenes, this is where you're going to put copy and paste your MB files, and your FBX and your OBJ files go in here in your scenes folder. And then your screenshots, these are all the screenshots that you need. You need to have 8. Okay. So we'll take you through it real quick. So I am going to go open with photos. Okay, so let's make this bigger. Okay, so here's the front shaded view. This is the front wireframe unshaded. This is the back wireframe unshaded. This is the back solid shade. This is the front solid shade. This is the front wireframe unshaded. This is the back wireframe unshaded, and this is the back shaded. Okay, that's it. So you need 8 of those. Okay. Now the question was from a student, and that's okay. These are all good questions. It doesn't bother me a bit. It doesn't make me mad or anything like that. Why do we do in the front if the front's the same as the back? Well, I don't know that. Is the front the same as the back? I mean, mine is. But maybe you made a mistake on the back. Maybe you're trying to hide it, whatever. And you can still hide it. I would probably never know the difference between the front and the back. You could probably flip that over in Photoshop. You're just hurting yourself. If I don't catch it and if I can't help you get it cleaned up, then what the problem is with bad geometry in the back, or maybe you missed something or something, you're just trying to get this in. I understand your frustration, and you need to power through this, and you want to get stuff turned in on time, but the thing is, by the time we get to high resolution, you're going to have to fix it at that point. So you might as well try to fix it now, and I can try to help you fix it before that comes up. So not giving me a back screenshot is probably not a good idea, because then I can't catch stuff that you need help with. Okay. So that's why I asked for it. Just as simple as that. And then we've got the renders, so the screenshots, right? Another question people are always asking me is, why do you need screenshots and renders? Because I can see a lot more in a render, and when I have both, then I can really give you a really good, the grading will be more accurate if I have all this detail. And so it's something that I need to have to grade appropriately. So anyway, let's go to open with photos. Okay, so we'll take you through the renders if it comes up. My machine's been running slow because of Camtasia, so I apologize for that. I'll try to, for some reason, I don't know what the deal is. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and do full screen. So here's my render, and I can see all the detail, especially at 2K. It looks really good. And I look forward to seeing your work. And here's the back. Okay. And here's the front. And you guys should be very proud. This was a tough assignment with the axe. So if you got through it, congratulations. The dagger witch was a lot easier. So front and back view of the solid shade and front and back view of the wireframe. So I need that on both. There we go. Okay. I'm also trying to get you guys more comfortable and giving me renders that look nice. Like, I showed you how to do the curvature, the studio, and then adding the 3-point light system. I'm trying to get you guys showing your work off, whether it's just a model or a model with all your textures on it. Something that you guys can be really proud of and show your work off with confidence. So that's the whole idea, is that trying to get you guys trained to understand professional work and how to get it to look that way. So anyway, kudos to you getting it all finished, and congratulations, proud of everybody for getting all this done. And please get everything named and renamed, and you can see that I've got my name on every single one. I wouldn't be telling you, I'm trying to lead by example, right? First and last name, at least that. And you can name it 001. You don't have to have it exactly like this, but I like to be specific when I name stuff, my naming conventions, so I can easily go in there and know, this is the wireframe, this is the, smooth shade, right? So you don't have to have a mile-long name, but at least your first and last name. Okay, that would be fantastic, and I appreciate that. It helps me move quickly through grading. Anyway, with that said, congratulations, you got through it. Just right-click over it and go to send to compressed, right? And you will dump this on your hard drive, or you will upload this guy right here into the Module 3 folder that you actually learned everything in. So you're uploading it. There should be a submit button at the very top right hand corner. You guys all know how to do that now, so you will submit that. I will say this just one time, I know you're tired of hearing this, is that do not send me renders that aren't renders that are part of Module 3. Okay. Sending me another version of your food cans won't work every day, and I consider that being late. That means if you send me the wrong files, even if it's accidental, it's 4 points a day. So it's really recommended that you guys go in here and double click on it and look and visually see what you're uploading before you upload it. Okay? Check every single file. Double check it, quadruple check it, I don't care. But you're responsible for it. So please keep up the good work, and I'll see you guys in Module 4.